Yeah, well, we could tweak some stuff. What do you want? Some more bass?
Yes, more
Wow.
Wow. Dear God, this is a flea market Dave. I never thought I'd live to see the day, but alas, here I am. Trent just is the dude in like a 1930s radio play where like you just hear shit falling in the background. Yeah, you were always just the guy to be like, all right, well, I'm going to go ahead and take this tray of plates down the stairs. Whoa! Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of the CAMcast.
Hey.
Yes, it is. Thankfully, it's not just Mike and Dave in the basement discussing what they see in front of them. We're joined by Trent.
But is that any better? I think a Mike and Dave show might actually go over pretty well. I know you guys have done it once before, but...
We've done it a few times before.
Okay. Go ahead and just get right to the chase. Mailbag at CAMautomag.com. If you think this is going to work, great. If you think it's not, tell us why not.
Yeah, let us know,
If I'm the reason, then just tell us why why I'm the reason.
Yeah, he can take it. Me, I'm too fragile. So don't send us an email if you think I'm an awful addition to this thing, because also... It's kind of my thing, too, so you can't get rid of me.
I mean,
you can lie to me and tell me, oh, yeah, we're recording Tuesday at 3:12 p.m., but...
Just make a note to myself.
I'll find out.
Just make a note to myself, remind myself to lie to you. I like it. Anyway.
Your parents like me. I'll find out when it's happening.
Anyway, I am... Mike, a.k.a. Doc Taste, a.k.a. the guy who's trying to drag this thing across the goal line, kicking and screaming.
We're dragging something.
Oh, God, yes, we are. And I am joined, as always, by Professor of the Ghetto Arts, your, my, and our Uncle Radical, Dave Raleigh.
Hello.
And the aforementioned shadowy billionaire, Trent from Sandy himself.
Hello.
Yes. So, just open up the mailbag. We got nothing, so thanks, everybody.
All right.
Go team.
Justifying its existence.
Go ahead and just bounce something in there for Thursday. Come on, guys.
Come on, everybody.
Help us out.
Anyway.
Or don't. I mean, it's totally your choice.
Whatever. Live your life how you want to. I don't care.
Yeah, Uncle Radical don't care what you do.
Nope.
He won't be mad. He may just be disappointed.
He got himself a big body Lexus. He don't give a fuck now.
It's true, baby.
Yep.
Hashtag 2JZ.
Indeed. Anyway.
God, I feel myself dying a little bit every time I say that.
I mean, run to Jay-Z.
What?
I'm going to put that sticker on my car upside down.
Attaboy. Perfect. Just perfect. Anyway, we are brought to you by Steady Broke Clothing.
Yes, we are.
Yep.
SteadyBroke.com.
Steady Broke on all social media. Head over there and put a bunch of cool stuff in your cart, like that Depresso shirt that I swear to God I'm going to order on Friday.
Tommy, I'm coming for a Depresso shirt too, trust me.
Yeah, because that's, the struggle is real over on our end of the mics.
Well, I mean, that's why we're shopping at Steady Broke.
Damn right.
Living the Steady Broke lifestyle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you can stay not as Steady Broke.
Yeah.
Because if you use the coupon code CAMAuto15, you get 15% off, right?
15% off everything in your cart.
Perfect.
Yep, SteadyBroke.com. Steady Broke Clothing.
Just because you're broke doesn't mean you can't live your dreams.
Exactly.
And
that's what they say, right?
Yes, even since last week. I mentioned last week that there were some exciting things coming down the pipeline. There are even more exciting things coming down the pipeline just in the last week that has happened. So
exciting things.
Very good.
Fun
so
things.
Stay tuned to Steady Broke.
Yeah.
Love it.
And then head on over to...
We're doing that in the middle of the show. We're trying to use them to break things up.
You tried so hard.
I did.
You really did.
I was even...
Don't worry, we'll get there.
Okay.
Yeah. So
edit this out. You're not going to, are you? No. Okay. So,
this
go ahead.
Might as well be live.
It might as well be. We all going to learn hard lessons in this basement. That sounded creepier than I intended. Anyway.
Where is the boat paddle?
I think it's upstairs in the office still.
That's a paddling, boy.
Trying to read an ad too soon? That's paddling. Anyway.
Wow. This is derailed so quickly. How far are we into this? A couple minutes?
Give me a second.
Not terribly long.
It's
been about 5 minutes.
We're 5
cool.
minutes into this.
Okay.
5 minutes, we're already off the rails. Perfect.
I think we're doing pretty good.
Alrighty, Anonymous Lemur and Anonymous Hedgehog, follow me as we talk about some racing news real quick.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Which one am I? I hope I'm the lemur.
You're the hedgehog.
Oh.
I'm the lemur.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have no idea why, but I am.
Whatever. Both are adorable. Anyway.
I'll go with it.
So, we are balls deep in the month of May. We have Memorial Day weekend coming up, which means we have the greatest spectacle in motorsports. No, not that parade through the south of France.
Oh, come on.
No, it is the Indianapolis 500.
Oh, right.
Yes. Which we actually had some excitement happening, some exciting things happen over the weekend.
Is that right?
We had Bump Day and qualifying. So Bump Day it's a 33-car field. So they basically have everybody go turn 4 laps and they take a 4-lap average of your speed, and then that determines where you are in the field, if indeed you are in the field.
Oh.
Yeah. Been doing it for years.
Okay.
Yep. So, anyway, we had the 2016 pole sitter, James Hinchcliffe, getting bumped.
Oh, so
really?
He's out.
He's not going to be in the field.
Ouch.
Yes. So, yeah, what happened was, people were just trying their damnedest to get into the field, and a lot of people wound up just barely getting in, and James Davison, former Always Evolving Motorsport driver, wound up last man on the pole, and Pippa Mann was going out. She turned some laps, did not make it into the field, and they sent Hinchcliffe out, and on his outlap he felt a vibration. So he came in. Pippa Mann went back out, and as they rolled Hinch's car to the starting line, the gun sounded, and that was it.
Oh.
In the middle of Pippa's 4 laps, gun sounded, and that's just it. That's how it is. So, Pippa Mann and James Hinchcliffe did not make the field.
It's disappointing.
That is disheartening.
Yeah, but I mean, that's, for the first time, and I can't remember how long, we actually had people to bump on Bump Day. Instead of just setting, positions 10 through 33. So, that was a welcome change.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool then.
Yep.
That might be an interesting tactic for Formula One to try out as well. I mean, granted, they don't have quite the large field, but
No. But I mean, their system works fine. We always get a point and laugh the guys who go out in Q1. Anyway,
Okay.
Yep. And then the next day they had the top 9 shootout, which determined the starting order of the first 3 rows. And there were 4 Penske cars in there. There were 3 Chip Ganassi cars in there. And then Ed Carpenter Racing had a couple guys in there. And somehow Ed Carpenter broke 230 miles an hour. He was the first guy to do that in the month of May without getting a tow from anybody.
wow.
Oh.
Yeah. And he put himself on pole for the 3rd time in his history. So,
Wow.
Well, congratulations to him.
All
yeah.
right.
Ed's a cool guy. I met him once. So, yeah, shout out to Ed. So the race starts on Sunday at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. Or at least coverage does. Unfortunately, we don't have Jim Neighbors singing My Indiana Home, but still. That was an underrated thing. Laugh all you want. Jim Neighbors, Gomer, getting up there and just belting out Back Home Again in Indiana.
I mean,
It's an Indiana thing.
I mean, yeah.
it's got to be.
Yep.
I'm from North Texas. I have no idea what Indiana things are.
I don't either. I just venture to guess.
The Klan's an Indiana thing. Yeah. Stunned
It's
silence.
apparently also in,
How do we go from there?
We go to Canada.
Okay.
That's where we go.
There we go.
oh, Canada.
Oh, Canada indeed.
Oh, foggy
Speaking
Canada.
of the Klan, there is no.
Wow. All right. Well, I mean,
She whiz.
Indiana's home to some problematic stuff. Canada's home to, a lady taking a very furious dump at a Tim Hortons and then throwing it at the employees.
Yes, that was a thing.
We can't always pick our battles.
No, we can't, but goddamn it, we can try to win them when we do.
Somebody won something.
Yeah. Other people winning stuff in Canada, despite the fact that Canadian Tire Motorsports Park was covered in fog the whole damn time, apparently.
Yeah, probably World Challenge, excuse me.
Yep. Yeah, they were up there. And Drew Stavely, local guy, instructor out at the Ford Performance Racing School.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he got himself another win.
Oh, hey.
Congratulations.
Yep. Everybody seems to attribute it to his beard.
Well, of course.
Yeah, I disagree. I think he's good with or without the beard. But let us know what you think. Is Drew Stavely like the legendary Samson? If we remove his beard, he loses his powers.
I bet that's the case.
Gotta be. Mm-hmm. Or whatever.
The bearded men agree that it is the power of the beard here.
All right.
I'll go with that.
Sure. Let it happen. Anyway.
But K-Pax, they're running the Bentleys, right?
Yes, they're running the Bentleys, and if you're Alvaro Perret, you are getting run into anything in the Bentley. Well, I mean, in VIR, he got bumped by somebody in an AMG GT3 and then just slid across all of the grass and went ass first into some concrete K-rails.
Nice.
Yeah, and K-Pax had to source yet another spare car from Bentley.
And they're still rocking the old Bentleys, right? They switched to the new
They haven't
GT3s?
gotten the new ones yet, so they're still on the old ones, which, if this is any indication, they are quickly depleting the world's supply of Series 1 Continental GT3s.
Maybe this will get Bentley to get the Series 2 out quicker so that they...
So, a lot of the Bentley teams in Europe, and I think a few in Asia, are running the Series 2 car right now.
Okay.
So...
Well, they need to get to this side of the pond quicker.
Yeah. Land of freedom. Let us have them.
Because, as you mentioned, this Series 1 is becoming extinct.
We're running out of them quickly.
Bit long in the tooth.
Yes, but anyway, yes, Alvaro Perret got himself a win, as did their GTS amateur team, or GT amateur teammate that I can never remember the name of, because it is something very similar to like 4 other drivers on the grid. So instead of putting my foot in my mouth or looking it up, I'm just going to go ahead and say congratulations to Bentley for sweeping the weekend.
There you go.
Good job. and not wadding up another Continental.
Hell yeah.
Yep. Now switching to something a little bit more, closer to home. We had Southwest Drift Pro-Am.
Yeah, round 2 was just a few days ago out at Colorado.
Yeah, the Pikes Peak.
I believe it was Pike Peaks.
Yeah, something like that.
Excuse me.
Yeah, Pikes Peak International Speedway or something like that.
There was some carnage, and there were some fierce battles.
Yeah.
Local boy David Curtis.
Out there in the yellow car.
Yeah, turned the yellow car into a pretzel.
Yes, he did. A little too hard.
Did himself a full send.
Yes, he did.
And
full send on dead tires, and then just kind of kept climbing the bank.
And
gotta respect that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he has a good attitude about it.
Yeah, he's like, I'll come back. We're good. So
that's one of those things in drifting. You got to understand that you're going to have to walk away from the car. There is entirely that possibility where you may have to just toss the keys in it and walk away completely.
Yeah, well, I mean, any motorsport, like the odds of you wadding that thing up are pretty great as soon as you start adding other people.
Exactly, the human element.
The famous phrase is, "If you can't afford to wreck it, don't race it." Which is why I don't race.
Okay.
Because I cannot afford to replace it.
And that's entirely fair.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, the car is not a total loss. I mean, the drivetrain, I'm sure a fair bit of his suspension is probably still all right.
Yeah.
So he's going to be back with a better car.
So the shell, though, that's...
Yeah.
All right.
That's probably a toast.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
he's switched cars a few times. I don't know what he's rocking now.
He's got an E36 sedan.
Yeah. Okay.
I think he's had for a while.
He's had the yellow car for a couple years now. He had a green car before that I think was more an autocross or a track day car.
Something like that.
That he's played around with. But no, it seems like they've pretty much got the magic figured out. So now all they've got to do is do it.
Yeah.
So, shout out to David because, his head's in the game. He knows what he's doing.
Shouts to the prom king.
Yeah, exactly. And then, speak of the king, the Pumpkin King, our man from the Scoundrels, Blaze Potts, down in St. George, he took home the win at this event.
Yes, he did.
So round 2 pretty much came, conquered.
Yep.
Go Blaze.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so, let's see, he had some words.
Yeah, we asked him before we got on air if he wanted to shout anybody out, and he said, "I'm not good at this."
He says, I'm bad at this stuff.
What do I do with my hands?
To which my response was, "Neither are we, but here we are."
We're just the guys with microphones and mixers in front of us.
Yep.
We don't have any more certifications.
We don't claim to be good at this. We just do.
We're lovers, not experts.
Indeed.
So he says, I just want to prove you can do it without old money. If you work hard enough and believe in yourself. He wants to thank his team for all the help and support. Scoundrels, teamscoundrels.com. Definitely go subscribe to their YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah, their YouTube channel is just a riot.
Chase Garrett is their media guy for Scoundrels, and he is just bang on with videos.
Yeah, shouts to Chase and all the stuff that he's been doing.
And then supporting photography and video, Bobby Alanis, one of our boys from Cedar City. Definitely a good group of dudes. Solid group of dudes. So congrats again, Blaze.
Yeah.
On getting round 2.
Yeah, man.
See what happens in the future. See where round 3 goes.
Yeah, I don't even know where round 3 actually is.
And you know what? I don't either.
No, but safe to say probably back towards Vegas.
I'm imagining so. It's going to be Vegas or Phoenix is my guess. But anyhow.
Whatever.
So, he knocked that one out of the park.
Yes, he did.
Can't wait to see more. He was slaying it in LS Fest.
Yeah.
Down in Vegas. I think he made it to top 8 or top 16.
I think it was top 8.
And then a couple of the Sorensen kids, like literally kids, like 15 and 17 or something like that, in like full pro spec cars.
Yeah, like, when we say you damn kids, that's what we mean.
Yeah, you damn kids.
Damn kids and your new money. And mumble rap. Snapchat.
But hey, good to see a younger generation out there.
That is true.
Appreciating cars.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't hate the hustle as far as that goes. I'm happy to see people out there doing it.
Oh yeah.
I'm a little sad that I'm not the guy out there doing it, but
you know what? We found a home.
We have.
Yes.
Indeed we have.
It's doing this and yelling at people.
You are quite good at that.
I'm really good at that too.
Yeah. I really need to get more signs for the next Salt City Drift event.
Please do.
Got to make some more.
I mean, I'm down to just show up with a whiteboard.
The whiteboard idea has run through my head several times.
I mean, they are so cheap at Walmart.
I know, right?
Just got to get one of those super thick markers so that drivers can see it.
Yeah, the fatties. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I think I might know our next field trip.
Okay.
All right. Anyway.
We'll
bring the
trip.
Brocam. Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Well,
same train of thought. Right here.
Perfect.
Yep.
Well,
crisp high five.
Well, speaking of field trips, friend of the program, Sally McNulty, she went to Hyperfest, and she went up to Maryland to go visit the folks over at IAG Performance.
Oh, yes.
Yes, but before that, she was at Global Time Attack Road Atlanta in the vehicle that I am dubbing Tokyo Auto Salon 2008. If you haven't seen her new livery, she's gone away from the blue car with the white and the red and the black on it to gray car, shimmery like mirrored tears in it.
Okay,
like, it screams like she is just like some strobes and underglow away.
Okay,
I did catch a picture of this. It's fantastic.
Oh yeah, like it is super rad.
Well, then shout out to Sally for making a Subaru look cool.
Yeah, and then Marcus is ripping off Greg Valdez's old livery on his old car.
But, rad!
No, it's another red Subaru with like black and gray on it, and it looks a lot like Greg's car did.
I mean,
which when I saw it, I just but whatever.
Hey, there's things.
Yeah. So Marcus set yet another record. Smashed a new whatever class it is he's in. I think it's like enthusiast all-wheel drive or something like that. Yeah. Smashed yet another record, which seems to be what he does wherever it is he goes. He breaks a record, and then just puts the car in the garage because why bother? I'm done here.
I mean, he just shows up, does his thing, and puts it back away. I mean, it says something for the vehicle and says something about the driving. So.
Oh, yeah. And the team at Snail Performance. But Sally had a bit more of a challenging weekend. Her splitter fell off on the first day.
Eek.
And then they tried to tighten it up, and then, second day, again, came off, and, some other problem. I think there was a oil leak or something like that they had to address. So they ended up just taking the splitter off entirely.
Those damn valve cover gaskets on those Subaru motors.
Damn valve covers. Anyway, she was kind of concerned about, downforce on the front because she was just running, her bumper, which is a Voltex bumper, and she ended up just going out without the splitter and finished fairly close to Marcus, but in second place.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, so shouts to her for her driving, and shout out to Voltex for producing a bumper that actually produces real measurable downforce.
Hey, yeah, that's a bonus.
Yeah, especially at someplace like Road Atlanta. That's just crazy.
They get some speeds.
Oh, yes.
They get some big speeds.
Yep.
And then let's see.
Jamie.
Local racing hero, the Racing Chica.
Yeah.
Hey, she was second in her class.
Yeah. She beat out a C43 AMG.
Hey.
Nice.
Yeah. But right now, she is trying to get together the funds so she can go up to, and I can't believe I'm helping do this, but we're trying to send her to New Jersey for the next Global Time Attack event.
I mean, taste and intelligence notwithstanding.
I mean, so long as her and Nate and Boom the Wonder Demon Dog don't leave the trailer, they'll be fine. But she is trying to raise funds to get the fuel so she can go up there. So head over to her site.
It's theracingchica.com/shop.
Yeah, buy some merchandise. Buy shirts, hats, whatever.
We've got shirts and hats. Why don't you?
Yeah, they're awesome.
Some classy stuff. I like the hat, and
She's got good designs.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
It is good stuff.
Yeah,
so super shout out.
Yeah, and she's willing to sign some of it. So
perfect.
So get yourself some autographed merch.
Yeah, we like autographs.
Yeah,
because she's going places.
Yep, that's racingchica.com/shop.
Yeah,
yeah, man.
Also, shout out to her husband Nate.
Yeah,
he's like my spirit animal.
He really is.
When they get rolling back through this town, we need to get them on again because it's always a riot.
Any chance we get,
yes.
Any chance we get, we got to have those two on. They're just peaches.
Shout out to Hank, the mystical space owl.
We're all just the fever dreams of a dying squirrel.
Hank doesn't want you to worship him. He wants you to worship the sun.
Yep,
that he lives within.
That's okay.
Yep,
we'll let it hang.
Yeah,
we'll do it.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and go back and listen to the last episode that the Nomads were on. It's It's a long, strange trip, but it's worth it.
We were definitely on a trip.
Yes, we were.
It was a trip of a certain kind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Once you're done reminiscing, you can go ahead and slam on over to our shop as well.
Yeah.
So now you got 3 places you need to buy stuff from.
Yes, you do.
You got to get stuff from Steady Broke. You got to get stuff from the Racing Chica. And then to go ahead and finish up your outfit, come on over to camautomag.myshopify.com.
Yep.
And then you can get a whole bunch of cool stuff from us.
Yeah. I'm rocking the limited edition black and white tee.
Yeah. It's looking good.
Yes.
It's got our 80s refresh logo on it.
Yep.
I'm rocking the iPhone X phone cover. Thank you, Trent.
Yeah.
No problem.
I've got the hat with the new retro logo, and then I also have the OG script logo. So those are both quality items.
Yes. You can go get shirts with our faces on them. You can just get Cam logos. You can get sweatshirts too, right?
Yeah.
And that's the thing with our store. I'm going to plug our store a little bit.
Yeah, man.
I've put a lot of those designs together, and I make sure that we choose high quality shirts. These are not your cheap off the shelf, Gildan $5 shirts. These are very high quality shirts.
Yeah, like it is worth every penny.
Yeah, Dave, why don't you go ahead and feel the softness on this bad boy?
Touch his shirt.
Oh my God, it's so soft.
I like what you're doing over there. Anyway.
So now that we've creeped you out, go ahead to camautomag.myshopify.com and buy stuff.
Yeah.
Buy stuff.
Got a link conveniently placed on the Facebook page. Just hit that Shop Now button. It'll take you right there.
Boom. There it is.
Indeed.
All right, guys. So
let's move on to the news.
Car news.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's good news, but it is not the Dacia Sandero.
No, it is not.
But it is a Bentley.
It is something equally as unobtainable and
it is its own
useless
brand
in its own way.
It is its own brand of ridiculousness.
Yes.
It is a Bentley Bentayga going up Pikes Peak during the hill climb.
Because why not?
And of course, Reese Millen is going to be the guy driving it.
It would be weird if it were anybody else.
To be fair, you have a point.
Yes. Yup.
So they're trying to prove that the Bentayga is faster than any other production SUV.
Sure.
Up Pikes Peak.
I feel like that's a fairly low bar.
I was going to say, has there been any other production SUV that has gone up? I mean, I know Mitsubishi's had like their electric plug-in hybrid Outlander or something that went up there, but that's not much competition.
No, I'm pretty sure it's just. I think Bentley is going to be consequently the fastest and also slowest up the mountain. So, because they will be the only ones to have done that.
This is a call to arms over at FCA. They need to go get themselves like a Grand Cherokee SRT8 or like a Durango Trackhawk with some like crazy Hellcat swap or something. I don't know.
Yes.
And just go demolish the asphalt.
Yeah.
Just go do that. Make me happy. Give me some faith in a Jeep that comes from the factory with Brembos, and destroy Bentley.
Yeah, Bentley right now is basically giving themselves their own pat on the back. Is what they're doing.
I mean, blowing out a rotator cuff doing something.
I mean,
so
it's not a circle jerk, it's just masturbation.
It really is. And it's kind of sad because they're doing it to a photo of themselves.
Oh.
But, okay.
Ouch. That's disheartening.
So, I will say this. It is an interesting color. It is their radium satin paint job. And it's going to have a full carbon fiber body kit because, the thing already weighs as much as a dying star, so let's try and take a little bit of that weight out.
I mean, there's that.
But did you say they're adding a body kit? So they're adding weight?
I don't know. It's full carbon fiber. What's the factory body work?
Who knows? Like this.
I mean, if anything, this could be, a little bit
aluminium.
Lighter. Yeah,
aluminium.
Aluminium. Mm-hmm. However you cheeky Brits want to say it.
Yes.
So I guess it's going to have an unmodified W12. It's going to be 600 horsepower. I don't know if that's too far off from the standard.
Yeah. Factory air suspension. Their 48-volt electric active anti-roll control system, which sounds like something that may break halfway up, and then we're going to see some weird stuff happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess they're getting a fancy exhaust. They're putting a roll cage in it. Obviously, fire suppression, racing seats, and harnesses. The typical safety garb that you're going to want on Pikes Peak.
Yeah.
I mean, Evo Corner. I don't need to say anything else.
Gotta keep it safe.
Yep.
Of course. Because, even if they're going to set the slowest record, then they might as well be safe doing it.
Yeah. Although I will say this, so that exhaust is going to be built by Akrapovic, and I hope that thing actually comes to market, because that will be the one saving grace for those.
That W12 with a nice throaty exhaust on it. Yeah. I'm in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sign me up.
I mean, I could stand looking at a Bentayga if I could listen to it drive away.
Yeah.
You don't look at it from the inside.
But I would know exactly what I was driving from the inside.
Good point.
That's like driving around in a Kia Sportage.
The Sportage?
The Sportage. Excuse me.
Yes, indeed.
Actually, no, I like the Kia Sportage far more than the Bentayga.
Wow.
Zing.
Anyway, speaking of unreliable vehicles.
Hey.
Oh, yes.
So there's a list on Jalopnik of cars with the most recalls. And before you all say something Volkswagen, it's not a Volkswagen Auto Group vehicle that is at the top of the list.
Well, yeah, you just expect those problems. You don't actually get recalls for them. You just expect the problems.
Well, no, it's because Volkswagen will not issue a recall for some of these things. That's the problem.
Okay. Well, so we're saying that. But the top three are actually pretty surprising to me.
I was surprised, yeah.
Yeah. Top of the list is the Mercedes-Benz C-Class.
All right.
With a recall rate of 5.7 campaigns per 100,000 units sold. Or sorry, campaigns per year per 100,000 units sold.
Which is about 7.3 times more compared to the overall average.
Right. And out of 5, the average reliability from Consumer Reports, they get a 3.0. Rough, right?
Right there in the middle, baby.
Man. I mean, top half. It's better than a 2.5, so we're top half.
Yeah.
So I just noticed something interesting with this list. I've owned 5 of these vehicles.
Oh. So
is that,
oh my God, you have.
Is that bad?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe?
I can't say I've owned, but one of those, actually.
I have owned none of these.
Second on the list, believe it or not, is the GMC Sierra.
Yeah.
That's one I don't hear a lot about.
No, I don't
so I'm
either.
kind of surprised to see it right up there on the list.
Yeah.
3.25 is the average recall rate. That's 4.1 times the overall average.
But that's crazy, the 1 to 2 jump. There's over 2.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
campaigns per
crazy.
year per 100,000 more sold. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Consumer Reports average on this one is a 2.4. believe it or not.
Yeah, 2.4 out of 5 is their reliability rating.
Not that great.
That's the bottom half right
there.
Next one, I mean, I think some people would expect this. I did not.
Yeah, it just kind of threw me.
I expect this out of modern day BMW.
Okay. All right, that's fair. The 3 and 4 Series, BMWs, they're a 2.95 recall rate, 3.7 times the overall average, but they are higher on the reliability rating. They are a 3.6.
I will say my BMW is the only vehicle that's ever left me stranded.
Well, we're not counting the Viper, right?
No, it never left me stranded. Mike got me going again each time.
Oh, okay. That's why Mike has the fiery distaste for the Viper.
Yes.
The Viper is powered by my hatred of it.
Okay.
It is the only... It's Michael, really, because each time that he rides in it, something bad happens. Each time I take it out by myself, it's golden.
Yeah.
It's a golden pony.
Yep. So...
Well, all right.
Yeah, so... I'm never riding in that thing again.
Okay.
So, but going down the list, we do have a Dodge on here.
We do, and it's
we got a few Dodge products on here.
We got a couple of them. The Dodge Durango, the 2.71 recall rate, 3.4 times the average.
That's
and it's also coming in at the lowest Consumer Reports average at 2.0.
I would just like to point out that the 4Runner in the 7th spot, it has a 5 out of 5 on the reliability rating.
How ironic.
It is reliable, but they got to fix these minor things. Like let's see, where are we?
I don't know.
Number 6, the Ram pickup. I have a Ram pickup that I have had 2 recalls thus far. One was a label was wrong, so that and they basically said do it yourself.
Here's the decal.
Use a heat gun, peel the old one off, stick this new one on.
Cut to you in the garage with a hairdryer.
Yeah. I've taken a hairdryer to that vehicle before, but for different reasons.
That's a story for another show.
Yeah.
That's a story that requires video recreation.
Does it involve a garden hose?
No, it does not. But it does. The other recall was more significant on that one. I've owned the vehicle for 6 months, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Was it a recall that could potentially lead to fiery death if not taken care of?
Not necessarily fiery, but it was one that the transmission could come dislodged and go out of park all on its own.
Alrighty.
That's bad.
Yeah, that is bad. But that has been taken care of.
Well, good.
Okay. Well, right in between those two, we had the Nissan Pathfinder with a 2.0 recall rate.
All right.
2.5 times the national average, and it's rated at a 2.4. Now, I don't know what generations of these vehicles they're talking about. I'm assuming this is the latest one.
This is model years 2013 to 17.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I actually quite like the current generation Pathfinder.
It's not a bad vehicle.
No.
Friend of the program, Brandon Kuhn, actually has one. A hybrid.
Oh, yeah?
With the supercharged 4-cylinder in it.
Well, all right.
I looked at those back when they first came out, and they were not bad.
And as quite the picky buyer that he is definitely quite the scrutinizer of modern vehicles, because he is a air-cooled Volkswagen guy at heart.
Yep.
He actually really enjoys this one. He really likes it. So I'm kind of curious to see what other people don't like about it. But
let's jump down to this lowest recall rate list, because it is totally unsurprising, with the exception of, I want to say, that Subaru Crosstrek.
No, so why is a Chevy Equinox on there? That's surprising, honestly.
The GMC Terrain. I mean, the Equinox being at number 2 is one of the most flabbergasting things I've seen.
I mean, the fact that it's a 4.2 reliability rating from Consumer Reports.
That is surprising.
I mean, I've hated every Equinox I've ever sat in.
Yes.
Oh, they're not.
Yes.
They're awful.
But they're doing something right, obviously.
Apparently.
I mean, have you seen those quote-unquote real people?
Yes.
Not actors?
Yes,
Asterisk.
that are actors.
No, they're
aspiring actors.
Yes, they're not actors yet. They need to have some sort of speaking role so they can go in with a headshot and say, yes, I was in the Chevy campaign.
I've been in a GM commercial.
Yep.
Oh, don't call us, we'll call you.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully that leads to something else, like being one of those idiots in the Domino's commercials who, messes up their pizza, so they have to go back to Domino's and get another trash pizza, but free of charge.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
Anyway, so this, the lowest recall rate is fairly unsurprising. I mean, Hyundai Accent, Corolla, Civic, CR-V, Accord, Camry, Elantra.
Now, the GMC Terrain?
Yeah, the GMC Terrain, the Subaru Crosstrek, and the Equinox.
I'm kind of seeing, is GM paying somebody?
No.
And I know people are, borderline, brainwashed when it comes to Subarus.
Yeah.
I mean, I've driven a Crosstrek. I've driven a normal Impreza. I've driven, lots of things that are equivalent. And I don't think that Crosstrek is, bad.
No.
But, it's got a solid 4.0 rating.
Yeah.
But, I'm surprised because, if I'm not mistaken, there were some issues with the CVTs in Subarus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the only transmission you can get in a Crosstrek.
Yeah, that's why I figured it, that's why I'm kind of surprised to see it there.
Well, I guess, I don't know. Maybe it's not much of a problem as we thought.
Yeah.
I have a feeling the Equinox and the Terrain will not be on this list in a few years because they just redid both of them and they've got all sorts of new motors that they're just putting in these vehicles. Like they've got that new diesel in the Equinox.
That's right.
They've got some 1.6 liter turbo motor or something like that. Something small that's now their upgraded motor.
And
over the base.
To be fair, I'm actually surprised that the GMC Terrain is still on the market.
Yeah, that's a bit mind-boggling.
Yeah.
But what do we know?
For those that want an Equinox, but they also want to impress their neighbors.
Is that how you do it?
I have no idea.
I really don't think that's how you do it.
Yeah, I'm just... it's also very confusing.
Speaking of confusing... Ford Europe's working on a little something, but
yes,
we don't know exactly what's going on with it.
Well,
they're being kind of gray at this.
Yeah, so for the last 4 years, there have been rumors that Ford, specifically Ford Europe, has been developing a Fiesta RS.
Which, it was a matter of time, let's be honest.
Right.
We were pretty much neutered in the American market because we never got the second generation of the Fiesta.
Yeah, they axed the Fiesta fairly early on. It was the first one to go, and then literally everything that wasn't the Mustang or the other quote-unquote car, the Focus Active or whatever the hell it is.
Right, it's basically a fancy Escape.
Yeah.
It's an Escape and a Focus mashed together to look like an Outback.
Yep. A Focus with body cladding, plastic body cladding.
Dang.
Yeah, I thought you were better than that, Ford. I thought we moved away from that.
Didn't work for Audi with the All-Road. It damn sure didn't work with Chevy and the Avalanche. I don't know why people are still trying this.
Remember how quickly Audi and Chevy got away from made the body cladding an option?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could get an Avalanche and LT trim, and it looked far more appealing.
Yeah. Hey, if it works for Subaru, why won't it work for everybody else?
Well, that's the thing, though, is even Subaru painted their cars.
They did.
Yeah.
My Outback's just two-tone. There's not a lot of raw plastic on it.
Yeah, that was mine. Anyway, so January 2014, there were rumors that there was going to be a Fiesta RS.
This goes all the way back to 2004.
Yeah,
a rumor.
Yeah, it's been around for forever, but the rumors really got going in January 2014, and then, in 2004 there was a Fiesta RS concept, and then nothing, and then a decade later, there would be, let's see, where was it? Yeah, in 2016 you could get a Fiesta ST200, which had a mount-tune kit. You could only get it, I believe, in Europe, but it came with a warranty. But there was an even more powerful mount-tune kit that, would not come with a warranty, but you could get a 280 horsepower Fiesta ST.
And that would be a good time.
Dear God.
I can think of worse things.
If you guys thought Mazda Speed 3s were just assholes to their front tires.
Hello, right lane. I'm coming in.
Yeah, no shit. Makes me wonder if the Fiesta has the same torque steer issues. I haven't driven one to know.
I don't think so, but
anyway. Ford's usually been pretty good about torque steer.
Yeah.
But so Ford Performance Europe boss Leo Rox was asked about the possibility, and he's just giving a big grin and saying, "I can't tell you, but I'm very busy."
Smile and a wink, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you leave a room.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He's poker facing this one hard, I think.
Oh, But, so, the rumors for what it could be are very interesting and also very different.
They're going in so many different directions.
I mean,
there's 3 potential engine options.
Yeah, the 1.5-liter 3-cylinder that puts out 197 horsepower and 200 pound-feet of torque, which would not be bad for that little adorable car.
I mean, that's healthy. Those are healthy numbers for the size.
Yeah. And then there is the 1.6-liter 4-cylinder from the previous ST.
The one that we got.
Yeah, 197 horsepower and 200 pound-feet of torque.
Yeah, so the same basic output as the 3-cylinder.
Yeah.
So just a little less high-strung.
Yep. And then the utter insanity, which is the 2-liter EcoBoost from a Focus RS that made 252 horsepower and 270 pound-feet of torque.
So healthy options, all 3 of them.
And, oh, by the way, this thing would be getting all-wheel drive.
Oh, well, even better.
Yep.
So that tells me we're definitely not getting it.
No, well, I mean, we haven't had the Fiesta for a little while.
Well, we aren't. It's not coming back.
Tragically.
Yeah, I don't know if all-wheel drive will happen just because of cost, but it rides on the EcoSport platform, which does offer all-wheel drive. So
it's entirely possible, but leave it to Ford. They may only offer the option with their Sport Shift Auto or whatever it is they're calling it these days.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll give you flappy paddles because it's an RS.
Who knows?
But it may not come with the option of a clutch pedal.
Or it might not even come at all.
It might not even exist ever.
I mean, but it's fun. It's fun to play pretend.
Sometimes.
That's how I get through my days at work.
Wow. That's cute.
It really is.
Speaking of other things to get you through work, talking about Tesla.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Man, they are all over the place right now.
They absolutely are. We've talked about them a few times, obviously. I'm actually seeing a few Model 3s crop up here in Utah.
I finally saw one in traffic the other day.
Really?
And it was weird because from the back, it looks like a shrunk-down version of the X.
Yeah.
And then you get up to its side profile, and it's a narrow, short S.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get a little bit of a shrunken down Chevy Malibu in the back.
It's definitely got a lot of Malibu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which is not something I'd like to see.
I mean, the current Malibu was not a terrible looking car.
It's not a terrible looking car.
But it wasn't exactly... Well, I mean, when I say Malibu, I don't get mealy in my mouth.
It's not sexy as his models are spelling out.
It wasn't blowing my skirt up. That's something that it was not doing.
Yeah.
S3X. I see what you did there, Elon.
S3XY.
Oh, that's right, Model Y.
Yes. That may or may not ever appear.
Further proof.
Hey, he's promised it.
Further proof that Elon Musk is an island away.
From a Bond villain, yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Stop telling me he's like some great benevolent billionaire. No, he's a Bond villain. This is how it begins, people.
This right here
This
is how it
is
starts.
it.
There's actually a story about Elon. Tommy's girlfriend Megan has actually met Elon doing her corporate job, and she didn't see what the big deal was. He apparently came in with an entourage, and she met him, talked to him, didn't know who he was, found out afterwards, didn't care. But,
No.
No.
So, now, I don't know a lot about the Model 3. I'm just going to go ahead and throw that out right now. I don't know if they're like front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive,
They are rear-wheel drive.
Okay.
We're lovers, not experts.
Exactly. But I guess Tesla's about ready to start shipping dual-motor all-wheel drive.
Yes.
Yep.
3s. So,
which isn't a bad thing. It really now the Model S, I don't think you can even get one without all-wheel drive now.
Yeah.
I feel like a car with that much power,
It needs.
it needs. Whoa, that was loud.
Wow.
It needs that kind of traction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely needs it.
Yeah.
But the Model 3, they still have to have the rear-wheel drive option to make it affordable.
Yeah,
air quotes.
Quote-unquote affordable. Yeah, thank you.
So on and so forth.
I mean, I would buy a rear-wheel drive 3. I would want to have some sort of ludicrous mode where I could drift it. but that's just me.
Now the performance model that Elon is teasing on his Twitter, as he does, I think is only all-wheel drive.
Which is not surprising.
No, but the rear-wheel drive current Model S, or Model 3 rather, gets you to 0 to 60 in about a tick over 5 seconds. But adding that dual motor all-wheel drive option drops it down to 4.5, which is not bad. I mean, that's like STI territory.
That's still really good, you're right.
Yeah.
But then the performance model, he is calling out the BMW M3.
I mean, it's priced not too far off. I mean, a base M3 starts at just shy of 67.
Mm-hmm.
And he's saying, he's throwing around the number 15% as how much faster it is.
Yeah, so they're saying 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds, 155 mile an hour top speed, 310 mile range, and it's going to cost about $78,000.
So I think a fully loaded M3.
Fully loaded M3, you can get into the 6 digits.
Okay.
So
all right. So then it's middle ground.
It's really base is what it is.
Okay.
Most of them are 80 plus that you see on the showroom floor.
Gotcha. Okay. I didn't know if we were like still playing in the 80 game here. So I know Mike is looking it up right now.
Yes, I am.
But the funny thing is, Elon threw out there that the dual motors is actually a reliability thing. So if one of the motors fails, you can still drive home with the other motor, on the
Which
other
I mean,
axle.
I would hope so.
Yeah, but it's funny to think of that as a reliability thing. Is he's expecting it to break down in a way.
Well, I mean, perhaps in order to keep it affordable, maybe he's taken some quality cutting measures.
Well, our next story would actually tell you that. Consumer Reports, they cannot recommend the Tesla Model 3, which isn't surprising. They did this with the Tesla Model S as well, and then I think something happened where they were able to make amends with Tesla after a short time. But it made a big deal when they didn't recommend the Model S, and now they're doing it with the Model 3.
So it looks like Tesla's having the 2003 Camry issue here.
Mm-hmm.
Their complaints of braking, noise, ride quality, they're going all over the place here on this one.
Yeah, so there's a quote in here from Edmunds. They have a long-term Model 3. It says, 16 weeks into ownership, we've had so many issues with our Model 3 that we started a shared Google Doc to catalog various warning messages, necessary screen resets, and general failures.
Damn.
Wow.
But yeah, there's issues with the touchscreen, which isn't all that surprising. A lot of vehicles, are reliant on these fancy infotainment systems to do so much. Obviously, Tesla takes that a step further and basically puts everything there. So that makes it a little bit more difficult when something doesn't work. It's not just an annoyance; it's a big deal. But there's complaints of wind noise, backseat comfort is apparently lacking, and then excessively long braking distances,
which is surprising. I imagine the 3 though is the one Tesla that does not get the Tesla by Brembo large brake package here.
Right. But going back to that M3, they're saying that it has better performance than an M3. This Model 3 performance model is going to have better handling than the M3.
Well,
interesting.
Yeah. So.
I mean, I'm assuming is it being classed similarly? Is it in the same class as the M3?
It's about the same size as a 3 Series. So,
okay.
Yeah. So I just built an M3.
Yes. Give us the news.
81.5.
There you go.
Was that all options, or was that just the good ones that count?
That's the good ones, but I hit every package. So, like the M driver package, the technology package, all that stuff. So I got the $5,000 wheels, the $2,000 paint.
Okay. There is a dealership though that I know selling those that specializes in the individual paint options.
Oh, yeah.
And those things are hitting 110,
Oh, yeah.
115.
I'm sure
Oh, yeah. As soon as you get, like, to the... I mean, this was one of those individual... I mean, one of the 4 listed individual paint options on the website. So, but I mean, I'm sure
you didn't choose Yas Marina Blue because it's the best.
No, I did not.
No, you should have.
What color did you choose?
With the orange interior. Gorgeous.
I went Tanzanite Blue Metallic.
I will take it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So
What color interior?
Looks like black leather.
Yeah.
And suede to me.
Sorry,
Okay.
you said black interior?
Damn.
wow. I'm sorry.
I have a personal preference that black interior is boring, and yes, my truck is black interior because it's the only option I could get.
Well,
with the sport package.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Didn't want to swing the big money for the Longhorn basketball, did you?
No, I would like that interior, but I do not get a bench seat with that, and I wanted the bench.
That's right. You did. Because it is still a truck.
Yes, It is the most highly spec'd I could get while still retaining the bench seat.
An odd combination, but one I still commend you for choosing.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I will be a Bentley and pat myself on the back for that one.
Attaboy.
Don't break your arm there, Chief.
There we go. I got
the microphone.
There we go. I got the Sakir Orange / Black full merino leather.
Ooh.
Which brings the total to $84,186.
Oh, so you saved
Worth
money.
it.
No,
he went up
you went up.
$3,000.
Oh, sorry.
I went up like $3,000 because
sorry.
I got the orange leather.
I thought you said 88, not 81.
No,
okay.
no.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, so...
Well, then.
Yep.
Okay, so...
Anyway.
Yeah, back to the Model 3.
The Model 3 and its woes.
This thing is... I mean, people are complaining about...
Stiff
ride, unsupportive rear seats, excessive wind noise, highway speeds,
Yeah.
which, I mean... Okay, I haven't been in a Tesla of
No.
any kind. I have no idea what it sounds like to be in a vehicle that does not make drivetrain noise. I do not know.
So, it seems like it's going to be such a weird thing. So, maybe the fact that you're not hearing a drivetrain?
Right. Perhaps it's just as has just as much wind noise as, say, the similar Camry or an M3 or an Avalon, or I don't know. What the hell are we going to compare this thing to? I thought it was going to be, right smack dab in the middle of, like, fancy Toyotas.
Yeah.
Apparently not.
Well,
I don't know. Can somebody with an M3, like, throw their bucket into neutral and turn it off on the freeway and let us know how loud it is?
yeah. Or, I don't know, somebody with a Model 3 want to let us,
You want to let us take it?
Take it for a spin?
Because, I mean, we'd be down.
Yeah, we'll treat it nice. We're not going to do anything dumb with it.
I mean, I'm not.
I know in California when I rented the Polaris Slingshot, a Model 3 was an option on Turo, but I chose to put my money elsewhere.
It sounds like that may have been a smarter option.
Yeah, it was definitely the more interesting option.
Yes, it was.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, that got you a hell of a story.
Yes, it did.
So we'll go with that.
Yeah. So
it sounds like there are some issues.
Yeah. Did we talk about the inconsistent emergency braking distances?
We did. We touched on it very very quickly.
Yeah, we touched on braking in general, but
yeah. Well, Consumer Reports said it had poor and inconsistent emergency braking distances, which they verified by obtaining another Model 3.
Oh,
yeah.
So when it does it to more than one vehicle,
and Car and Driver had observed a similar inconsistency.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's kind of bad news here.
That's not what you want to hear.
No.
No,
it's not. And it is worthy to note that press cars have not been provided of the Model 3. So these are all as-delivered production, personally owned vehicles.
Yeah,
Edmunds does occasionally get manufacturer-delivered cars, but Consumer Reports does not.
Yeah, they go out and they buy a car themselves.
Right.
So
that is, worthy to note that these are not press cars, because typically press cars will have issues develop sooner because they're driven ham-fistedly at the hands of these people who don't know what they're doing.
Yes.
Or are good at not knowing what they're doing. So, but these are production as delivered vehicles for personal buyers, owners of these vehicles.
Yeah.
I think that's probably a little bit under the acceptable line.
That's not what you want to hear.
No, it is not.
Nope.
So, anywho, I'm going to go ahead and shove on over to one of our last things of the night here.
Yeah, shuffle on to the last.
So, you're probably going to start seeing turbocharged 4-cylinders in larger vehicles.
Yeah. So,
Of which, the most notable one, the new Silverado. They're testing the 2.7-liter turbo 4-cylinder.
Yeah, there's also, so they're going to have a 3-liter inline-6 turbo diesel.
Right.
You know, they're
the
doing,
Minimax.
Yep, and they're doing something tricky with the V8, which we'll get to in a minute. But, yeah, a 2.7-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder Silverado.
Yes, and the unique thing about this motor is it was built from the ground up as a truck motor. It is not some parts bin motor that they stuck in a Silverado. They're trying to make it more truck-like, deliver on that torque that you expect out of a truck.
Makes me wonder, ultimate specs here. Okay, well,
whatever.
Shut up, little guy. Okay, anywho. So, I mean, the 2019 Silverado is a pretty interesting update as it sits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I wonder, it doesn't look like they've gone flat out and said, but I'm assuming that this new 2.7 that they're testing is bolted to the 10-speed auto.
Probably.
That's my guess. And they're probably going to do the same thing with the diesel and V6 and whatever V8 they put in it.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have a 10-speed to work with that motor. I think that it was. I think they were developing a 9-speed for their 4-cylinders, but
interesting.
I could be wrong.
Okay, all right.
So when they were testing it, when Autoblog got a spin in this thing, it was with an 8-speed automatic.
Oh, there you go.
With an 8. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
But really not surprising because, I mean, all these new trucks, all these new generations that are coming out, they're lighter. Yep. So they theoretically could get away with.
Right. Very true. Now, it makes me wonder
motor.
what they're going to be capping the tow rating at on these.
Yeah,
I mean, the EcoBoosts, as an example, even the 2.7 EcoBoost still have crazy tow ratings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do know, like my old man's 2014, I get it, it's the last of the older body style EcoBoost, and yes, it is a 3.5, but that thing's rated to tow like 11.5.
Yeah.
It's nuts. He tows a 10,000-pound camper with it.
Damn.
And it does actually surprisingly well. It does better than the Power Stroke I bought off him, which he replaced with an EcoBoost.
That is surprising.
Right. So, I imagine the same thing is going to be carrying over at the Silverado.
Yeah.
See, I think their 2.7 is probably going to be similarly rated to their 4.3 V6. So I don't think it'll be their top trim, like Ford does with the EcoBoost.
Right.
They're pivoting that towards the top motor. But
yeah.
I do imagine that they're probably going to do the same thing that FCA did with the Eco Diesel Ram. That's not the highest load capacity 1,500, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I don't believe it is the highest, but it's up there.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing with FCA, their Ram 1500s are all over the board from like 5,000 pounds up to 10,000 pounds or something like that. So the Eco Diesel's right near the top.
Gotcha.
But it's technically the 5.7 gets the highest tow rating. But with the 4.3, I think it's somewhere around 7, which isn't bad.
No.
But I mean, they're towing that with a 4-cylinder.
They're putting out a lot of go.
Yeah.
To match this, though. I mean, the 4-cylinder here is supposedly rated at 310 horsepower and 348 foot-pounds.
That's 25 more horsepower, 43 pound-feet of torque more than the V6.
Yes.
So
yeah, this will be the new base motor in all but the basically work truck trims.
Yeah.
Which will still come with the 4.3 V6.
Of course.
Because fleets are cheap.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody's going to pay for the new tech, right?
No.
They're going to keep that.
Are you kidding me?
Speaking of new tech...
This
isn't new tech. Actually, this is a revisit on technology that has failed GM in the past. They're talking about a V8 that's shutting down 7 of its cylinders.
Yeah, which is so very weird to hear on the surface of it.
I can imagine as soon as somebody throws an exhaust on one of these things, it's going to start sounding like one of those 1910s, 1920s hit-and-miss steam engines that you hear on plantations.
Yeah. Now, I own 2 vehicles with cylinder deactivation right now.
I'm sorry for your loss.
They both go from 8 to 4.
Yeah.
And that is a GMC Yukon Denali with the 6.2. Yep. It goes from 8 to 4 and it is imperceptible. Like, I do not notice it. The only way I notice a difference is in the cluster. It tells me I'm switched to 4 cylinders.
V4 light.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I don't notice anything exhaust-wise because it's usually under very light load that this happens.
Yep.
The Ram, on the other hand, which with the 6.4, I notice an intake noise difference, but that is also partially due to the fact that I have an aftermarket air filter that increased the intake noise, and I got that shortly after. I started noticing a difference in the intake noise, not necessarily the exhaust noise, but it is
interesting.
It is something you do notice when it shifts from that 8 to 4 cylinder. So imagining going from 8 cylinders to 1 cylinder, I imagine you'll probably notice that, unless it's only like coasting deceleration type thing.
Yeah, and it makes me wonder what they're actually doing. Because, I mean, you got to think the average vehicle, the average truck probably takes something like 40, 50 horsepower to maintain freeway speeds.
Right.
So I imagine this is probably going to vary, probably most of the time it's going to spend between 3 and 7 cylinders, probably through traffic and whatnot. But it certainly would be interesting.
Yeah, and it is backed by a 10-speed automatic, so, I mean, you can always get to that RPM level where it is optimal to drop the cylinders.
Right.
But,
so, let me just kind of...
It's still interesting.
Let me read this verbatim from the Autoblog story. So, what makes new cylinder deactivation system now called dynamic fuel management, or DFM for short, is that every cylinder can be shut off as needed. In contrast, the old system, active fuel management, only shut off group of cylinders, 4 in the V8 or 2 in the V6. The added controls not only allow for different groups of cylinders to be shut off, but up to 7 can be deactivated. That being said, in single-cylinder firing, the engine computer isn't keeping just one cylinder firing over and over. It picks which cylinders to fire and skip based on fractions. Math. For instance, it can choose to fire every third cylinder. So in the firing order, every third cylinder fires, and the 2 preceding and following are shut off. And it just keeps following that pattern until it decides something else is needed. And it decides what is needed 80 times a second, picking from 17 different firing combinations. It can also ramp up and down the firing fractions in order to make the changeover smoother, and the varied cylinder firing helps mask the fact that it isn't always firing every cylinder. So,
wow.
Math and wizardry and shit.
Damn.
Yeah.
That is nice to know that it's not going to just wear down that one cylinder faster than every other cylinder.
Cylinder 5 is just hating life.
Yeah.
Yeah, just go ahead and give me 3 spark plugs, guy. The others haven't been used. Don't worry about it.
No, don't worry. No, but that is pretty cool.
So, I mean, this is modern tech. This is like, I mean, even 20 years ago, we didn't think any of this was possible with a cam and block engine.
Yeah.
This is still a pushrod engine, guys.
Yeah.
And I think, actually, if anything, it probably made it easier.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, people lost their minds when Chrysler put variable valve timing in the Viper V10.
Yeah. That was something that nobody thought was going to be done because, you can't do that with a push rod.
Right. And then shortly thereafter, they started doing their displacement on demand in the Hemis. And, GM had their AFM motors.
Yep.
Now, I don't recall, is Ford doing any of this? I don't think they are.
No, I don't think
they
are.
They are, no.
Yeah. I think Ford stayed pretty old school, pretty neutral on this one. So.
Yep.
But, so, I mean, this is the next generation. This
Very
is
cool.
This is what's going down.
Yeah.
I still want to hear one with an exhaust.
Yeah, between this and the variable compression engine that Nissan and Infiniti are doing, I think we're seeing the pinnacle of what you can do with the combustion engine without electrification. I can't talk.
It's okay.
Somebody take it.
You're trying. Yeah, we're hitting the limits of what you can do with an auto cycle engine.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, internal combustion as we know it, I think this is kind of cream of the crop.
This is going to be kind of the swan song because I don't think it's going to get much better than this sort of stuff.
I think you're right.
Yeah, we can't make it any more efficient than we already have. We've hit the peak, so now it's
like wall technology. At what point did we realize that just standing things up to keep something on one side and something else on another? Where did we decide that we were finished with that?
Hey, Steve, you know those concrete walls we've been pouring? Yeah, it's really great pulling those forms off. What if, now follow me on this, what if we put giant pieces of steel in there? What, just like threw it in there willy-nilly? No. Like, just pounded them into the ground so they're sticking up vertically. Very narrow. I think you got yourself $1 million idea there.
I like what you're doing, guys.
Yep.
Keep up on that.
Yep. No, like, yeah, it's just one of those things, like, when is this going to stop?
Yeah, where's the line drawn?
Yeah. Well, speaking of drawing lines and stopping,
we should probably go ahead and draw the line in the sand and step over it.
Yeah, I think we've hit that point, folks.
Indeed.
So, thank you for joining us on this episode of the CAMcast. Mm-hmm. As always, any feedback is appreciated. Slide into those DMs. We're at CamAutomag on all social media. Mailbag at camautomag.com. I'd like to give a shout-out to JT Watson, Austin Kent, and pretty much anybody who has come up to me in person and said they enjoy the podcast and us going to these 2 one-hour episodes a week.
Oh, hey, right on.
Good to know.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to throw a poll up soon about if everybody likes this transition, but I think everything so far is pointed towards yes. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I mean, we like doing it.
Yeah.
It's easier for us, I think.
Oh, yeah. And while I enjoy hearing these things in person, I would like it even more if you went to Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, or wherever it is you listen to us. Mm-hmm. Give us a rating and a review, and subscribe if you haven't already.
Yeah. I mean, we're everywhere.
Yeah. Like, you're hard-pressed to find a place that we are not.
Yeah. Exactly. And if you know a place that we are not, let us know. We'll try and get there.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We're intrepid.
Indeed.
Yeah. So, there we go, everybody.
All right.
Another episode in the bag. We're only recording one on this lovely Monday evening because we have a guest, but he could not make it this evening.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, our guest we are going to be recording on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. That's for our Thursday episode.
Yep, and our guest, we are going to be welcoming Todd Deacon from Everyday Driver.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's a big guy locally.
He's also a big guy, period. He's a giant tree of a man, and he stuffs himself into either an R53 Mini or a Lotus Elise.
Okay, well, both of those things are applaudable.
Yes.
I'm okay with this.
The Lotus is his good weather daily driver.
I like it. The R53 is the everything else.
Yep.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, man. So
you've got good taste, sir.
Yeah, so Todd will be in the basement on Wednesday. Feel free to shoot us some questions. If you have anything for the giant tree-like man, we'll again ask you for stuff on social media.
Yes.
And on Thursday, we'll pepper him with questions. May horrify him into a coma. Who knows?
I mean, he's either going to leave with a smile on his face, or he's going to leave with paperwork in his hand that says that we are not to be within 300 yards of him.
Fairly easy enough. I don't go to Park City too much, so...
Hey, that's okay. I mean, I go to Park City for work a lot, but...
Whatever.
I can slide through. We're cool.
He ain't gonna know. Gonna know.
Yeah.
So, look for that. On Wednesday, we'll put out the ask questions for him, and on Thursday, we will get to those questions for him, and we will answer We'll get to your responses for the question of the week.
Yes. Is, what is the most satisfying automotive sound?
Oh, yes.
And that can be any sound.
Yes. It doesn't have to be like that of a running car.
No.
It can be anything automotive related. Just like you like the way a door sounds when it's closing, there you go.
All right.
Stuff
you like the
that.
sound of pre-ignition? You a diesel guy?
Yeah.
There you go.
Turbos, gearboxes, etc., etc.
Just even when you're working on a car, just hearing that ratchet just go back and forth and back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. The sound of progress or futility, depending on...
The sound of tools dancing across the concrete in your garage as you throw them briskly underneath the vehicle you're working on.
Your foot hitting the fender and the metal crunching as you put yet another dent into your vintage Toyota. Yeah.
That's
been there.
That's poignant.
Oh, yes.
Sounds like there may be some experience there.
We'll talk about that a little later anyway.
All right. Well, we're going to park it.
Yep. Thank you for joining us, and we will return on Thursday. I have been Mike.
I've been Professor Dave.
I have been Trent.
All righty. Well, now we do the fade-out thing.
All right, kids.
Okay.
Well, that was exciting.
I still think the Bentayga is the worst thing Bentley's ever done.
It really is.